when you're changing the topic, when you want to change the topic in an email, when you want to talk about something else. So the first thing is the most important thing that you write, right? So the first paragraph is when you're writing about the most important thing. The second one, this is when you're writing why you're writing. Second one, when you want a solution to a problem about this thing, when you want a solution. And then 3, when you want to change the topic from about this thing to another thing. So when you're changing the topic. So when you're changing the topic, so different from what you are writing about. So I'm going to give you sample sentences to use. Sample sentences to use when you're changing the topic. So 1, you can say regarding, this and this. Number 1, you can write regarding, no need to write this, I just summarizing when I'm talking. Regarding, I would also like to ask you about, 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 there's one more thing I'd like to discuss with you. There is one more thing I would like to discuss with you. And then you continue with this is what I want to say. There's one more thing I would like to discuss with you. I would, or you can say I'd like. You can use this or this. I'd like to discuss with you. There's one more thing I would like to discuss with you. So this is when you're totally changing the topic from the first two, what you were talking about going to Chiang Mai and how you're concerned about the students. The next one is when you're talking about something totally different, but something that you want him to tell you or something that you need him to know. Okay, so you'd say regarding, example, if you had a meeting before and you were talking about the first two, you are talking about going to Chiang Mai, and then the second one, you are talking about sports day that is coming up latestly, maybe another Friday or the next Friday or whatever. You'd write regarding sports day, we would like to have more, you can say more colors, example, group of colors. You'd say maybe you have yellow, green and red, but you still want gray, blue and yellow, and you need all these more colors, like 7 groups, and probably the ones that you agreed before were 3. So you'd start with regarding sports day, then you continue. Okay, number 2, I'd also like to ask you about, I'd also like to ask you about, I'd also like to ask you about games day or sports day, which is happening on this day. So, number 3, there is one more thing I would like to discuss with you. Regarding or about sports day, I would like to discuss with you about sports day. I would like to discuss with you about parents meeting. I would like to discuss with you about whatever that you want them to discuss with you. Now, from this point, you have to introduce new points. Okay, with these three, you have to introduce the same way you did here. You asked why, and then the solution. And when you write the solution of the problem, you ask questions like how many students will be there, and then why are you writing? I'm writing this, blah blah blah, right? The same way you have to do here. You have to put new points here too. Regarding games day, I have to ask questions like, can we do this and this? Can we add more games during this day? Can we play just basketball? Can we play long tennis, table tennis? All these things that you would like to know. But still, remember, make it clear, short, to the point, and it's an email. So it has to be 2 to 3 sentences at most. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, you understand every point?
Yeah, I understand.
Sure.
Sure.